Good afternoon, and thank you all for joining us today. I'm Alderman Matt O'Shea, and I serve as chairman of the Chicago City Council's Committee on Aviation. It's my honor to welcome all of you here to Midway International Airport for our newest restaurant, the Orange Line. Thank you to our mayor, Lightfoot, and our aviation commissioner, Rhee, for having me, and thank all of you for joining us. This is a celebration today of a milestone adding to Midway's concessions redevelopment. This ribbon cutting is a success story for a segment of the air travel industry still recovering from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Airport concessionaires across the United States were severely impacted by the onset of the pandemic, and our partners here at Midway International Airport particularly hard, especially some of our airport concessions disadvantaged business enterprises, more commonly known as ACDBEs. Many concessionaires had just signed agreements back in 2020 with plans for build-outs. Their firms working hard to put new businesses here in the airport. The largest drop in passenger traffic history in the air travel industry put some concessions out of business and caused many firms interested in developing the new concessions to put those plans on hold. Since they were not yet operational pre-pandemic, these businesses were ineligible for what we knew as PPP loans or other COVID relief programs. I'm proud to say that here in Chicago, the City Council was able to work with the Chicago Department of Aviation in 2020 to pass a critical ordinance establishing a relief program to help our airport concessionaires weather that incredible storm. These relief measures included rent assistance, reduced requirements for security deposits or letters of credit. They relaxed operating space requirements and authorizations for operational alternatives like kiosks or food carts. That relief program expired last March, and just last week, the Chicago Department of Aviation introduced an important ordinance at City Council, which will give the City of Chicago the authority to continue some of these relief for concessionaires on a limited basis through the end of this year. I can't stress to you all enough how important that is. Our airport concessionaires employ tens of thousands of Chicagoans at both Midway and O'Hare International Airports. And I'm proud to see these businesses succeed for the good of all our communities. Thank you again for joining us today, and let me welcome a true champion of our airports and their ability to create jobs and wealth across our city. Ladies and gentlemen, Commissioner Rhee.
Thank you, Alderman O'Shea, for that introduction, and thank you all for joining us as we celebrate another wonderful concession offering at Midway International Airport. I am Rhee, and I'm honored and privileged to serve the team here at the Chicago Department of Aviation as Commissioner. I'd like to welcome the Orange Line restaurant to Midway Airport. The opening of the Orange Line is significant for Midway travelers because of the fun offerings. I know the truffle fries are going to become quickly a favorite among everyone, but it also represents the CDA's continued progress towards the completion of the Midway Modernization Program, the largest capital improvement project at Midway in more than 20 years. I am honored to be here today along with Mayor Lightfoot to celebrate and reflect the transformation of Midway Airport and the success of our concessions program for local businesses like the Orange Line. What began in 2017 has come a long way, and despite the pandemic, thanks to the support of Mayor Lightfoot and the Chicago City Council, as well as our CDA employees, contractors, and concessionaires. They've worked hard over the past several years throughout the disruptions and setbacks to deliver so many amazing enhancements, including these beautiful concessions. Now we get to enjoy the fruit of their labor in and around and throughout our terminals. Some of the highlights include the new 80,000 square foot security pavilion that provides additional TSA checkpoint operations for better passenger flow, the terminal area parking structure upgrades to help provide a safe, modern, and convenient parking experience, the new inline baggage handling systems for all carry-ons, as well as dozens of infrastructure improvements to allow for better passenger movement. These enhancements have a profound effect on elevating the passenger's curb-to-gate experience, which is our primary goal at both O'Hare and Midway. Midway's concession program is a key component of our overall vision to elevate this airport and create new jobs for local residents. I'd like to thank Michael and Sammy from Midway's master concessionaire, Midway Partnership, for the organization that manages the $75 million investment to renovate and expand the concessions operation here. Phase 1 is now complete, including the overhaul of the entire concession area, making room for the new and improved options. And Phase 2, which is now underway, will add another 26,000 square feet of concessions. Despite the pandemic, the Midway Partnership completed construction and opened 3 new concessions last summer, including 2 local certified businesses. The concessions redevelopment program is a critical part of our modernization program and ongoing investment valued at nearly $400 million. This program also provides an opportunity for local businesses to thrive. It's our intention to create and continue to create space at our airports for local, diverse businesses of all sizes and types to set up shop and share in the economic benefit that our airports bring to this great city. And we're pleased to report that Midway's airport concessionaire disadvantaged business enterprise numbers, or ACDBEs, were at 55%, which is the highest in the country. And sales are strong too in 2022, with a total of over $106 million through November of 2022. There are 61 food, beverage, and retail and vending locations at Midway, and many of these are locally owned favorites, including Billy Goat's, Nuts on Clark's, Cafe Descartes, Shoe Hospital, Farmer's Fridge, and of course, the Orange Line. We look forward to opening 9 new concession and food, beverage options, as well as 8 retail locations in 2023. And we couldn't have done this alone. I'd like to highlight our partners who have supported this ambitious endeavor. Mayor Lightfoot, our elected officials, our airline and federal partners, our neighboring communities, organizations like the Midway Chamber of Commerce, members of our Midway Noise Compatibility Commission, our contractors, the men and women of organized labor, and the numerous city departments and sister agencies that support us every step of the way. We are very proud of what we've accomplished here at Midway International Airport and look forward to the future growth of our services, destinations, and amenities. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to our mayor, whose steadfast leadership, her guidance, her support, her direction of all of the programs at both O'Hare and Midway, our success at both of these airports would not have been possible without such a fantastic leader. So with that, I bring up my boss, Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
So let's give it up again for Jamie Rhee. You will not find a better airport commissioner anywhere in the country. She brings a depth of experience as a lawyer, as a procurement expert, but also just somebody who cares deeply about our city, works hard every single day. So Commissioner Rhee, we are in your debt. I also want to recognize and thank Liz Granados Perez where's Liz somewhere? For all the work that you've done here at Midway Airport. You continue to make Midway Airport a shining jewel of regional airports all across our country, and I want to commend you and the team for the incredible work that you do. Thank you, Liz. I want to thank Chairman O'Shea. Thank you for your leadership of the committee. As you noted, this has been very challenging times for airports all across the country. You understood, because you've done the work, what needs to be done to get our airports back on their feet, particularly the work that we've done to help concessionaires. Thank you for leading that work in the City Council, and wish you the best going forward. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And the reason that we're here today is the Orange Line Restaurant. So let's also thank the joint venture and partnership, Sami Patel and Michael Svavedis. Thank you and your team. We are excited about this new concept being here at Midway. So I have to step back for a second, right? I'm old enough to remember the old Midway Airport, right, where the only real concession was one poor rotisserie with a hot dog on it that seemed to have been there for like 1,000 years. You had to walk and walk and walk to get to the gates. There just wasn't much in the way of amenities. And that's been different and changed for a long time. But to keep the concepts fresh, to make sure that we're responding to the needs of the traveling public, takes a lot of work, takes a lot of effort and focus. And the team here, led by Commissioner Rhee, led by Liz, have just been doing a phenomenal job. And I want to thank the partnership for investing here in this airport and giving us yet another reason why this international airport is a great destination and has recovered well from the pandemic. So thank you, one and all. So the successful transformation that we're seeing in Midway is proof that we can achieve anything with a clear vision, solid partnerships with local businesses, and the ingenuity and creativity of a diverse team of contractors. As we improve our airports, and we're always looking for ways to be and remain competitive with our airline peers across the country, we are taking the opportunity to further instill equity in our city. The investments that we are making in and around the airports are significantly enhancing the passenger experience while creating 1,000 jobs for our residents. It is core to our work that the community, especially underserved communities, benefit from the modernization happening at both Chicago airports. To underscore that commitment to residents, the city and the Department of Aviation have created programs to help people in need of employment find opportunities at our airports. We can't live in a city where these great drivers of our economy and booming opportunities are not also benefiting the residents of our city. So let me just highlight a few. Through the city's Racial Equity Action Plan, the Airport Employment Guidebook, and more than 20 annual career fairs and consistent community outreach, the CDA does an outstanding job of connecting Chicago residents to opportunities at O'Hare and Midway. The concession redevelopment program and the opening of the Orange Line restaurant are great examples of these efforts. This program is part of the first significant upgrade in Midway's concessions that you heard in nearly 20 years, provides 70,000 square feet of new concession options for passengers, as well as an opportunity for local businesses to gain a foothold in this very lucrative industry. It's also doubled the number of concession jobs here at Midway from 700 to 1,400 jobs. And a response to our concessions program has been widely well received from both passengers and local residents. And it's been led, as you heard, by a tremendously high rate of ACDBE owners. As Commissioner Rhee said, 55%. This is the highest in the nation, and we are extraordinarily proud of this work and this effort. Because this is really about not only the passenger experience, but building wealth and putting dollars into the pockets of people who live in this city and deserve to have a great quality of life from the kinds of jobs and the kind of opportunities that we can generate through our airports. In fact, we're actively advertising right this minute for a property management team for Midway through our Target Market program, which has created dozens of opportunities for small and medium-sized businesses across our city. I want to give a huge thank to the Midway community for taking advantage of these opportunities. You are helping to elevate our airports, serve our passengers, and invest in our communities. And what's more, you welcome visitors to our city from all over the world to demonstrate the joyful spirit of the city of Chicago. And of course, many thanks are owed, again, to the commissioner and her team. You can't see it from the cameras, but this woman has a big smile on her face, and rightfully so. As our concession and modernization programs move forward, I know that the best is still yet to come from our airports. And as an airline traveler, as a mom traveling with a family, I look forward every single time to the opportunity to come to Midway because I just love seeing what's happening and the evolution of the work. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to invite CEO of Midway Partnership, Sandy Patel, to say a few words. Come on up, Mr. Patel. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mayor Lightfoot, Alderman O'Shea, Chair O'Shea, Commissioner Rhee, thank you so much for those kind and sort of exciting words, and thank you for being here at this exciting milestone here today. We're obviously very pleased and welcome each of you to celebrate today's milestone, marking the successful completion of another new location in this transformation. And ultimately all about re-energizing and re-emphasizing and creating that new travel experience here at Chicago Midway. Thank you all in particular and your respective teams and City Council for the ongoing championship of our local minority Chicago businesses here at this airport. We've heard a lot about that minority participation. It is the highest in the country, and that can't be achieved without actually celebrating the most of our local great businesses here in Chicago. Today's celebration is of the newest addition at Midway, the Orange Line, along with the construction taking place in the Central Market, just past security, marks that continued commitment for Midway Partnership, along with the $75 million of private investment by the company, which is comprised of three global experts in airport management, retail and dining, Vantage Airport Group, SSP America, and Hudson. And I'd like to recognize and thank each of the concession operators, countless local minority businesses, and their, as importantly, local iconic brands to help bring these new tastes and choices here to Chicago Midway. With the return of our passengers you've heard about, we're looking forward to the continued collaboration and partnership with Commissioner Rhee and her team, Managing Deputy Commissioners Granados Perez and Ritter, and the Chicago Aviation Department team overall. This can't actually happen alone, and that partnership is actually what is a testament today in making this happen. In an effort for sort of the larger commitment by Midway Partnership too as well, it's not only to meet those obligations we had when we said and the promises we made back in 2017, it's absolutely to increase and exceed them, and you've heard that from the Mayor and the Commissioner a short while ago. We're very, very proud to have the highest ACB participation here at Midway in the country. Our partnership with the City of Chicago positions Midway to be a leading international airport in the coming years and improve that travel experience for those 22 million passengers and growing, which travel through here every single year. And with that, I'll sort of finish and ask Michael Savagas to come up, the CEO of SSP America, just to say a few words before we start the excitement with the ribbon cutting. Thank you.
So I'm a man of few words, and just wow. When I hear everything that with this great partnership that we've accomplished, it just blows me away. And I want to thank you, Mayor Lightfoot, for your partnership, Commissioner Rhee and Alderman O'Shea. Just amazing what we've accomplished. And to Sammy, to your point, a lot more to come. It's just, every time I think about it, I get just amazed. And we at SSP America are very proud and grateful to be part of the Midway community, because we feel like we're part of this incredible community, which it is, the city of Chicago, amazing city, and just kind of blows me away. And what it gets me most excited about it, it's the new jobs we've created for the Chicago residents, which is super important, the great new business opportunities for all local Chicago businesses that we've created, and really the great culinary experience we're going to provide to the Midway passengers every day. In fact, we have over 430 new positions that we've created here at this Midway Airport, which is amazing, absolutely amazing, and more to come. We're growing. We're going to build out more restaurants, more job opportunities, which is fantastic. And you know what? And I really want to give a big shout out to all of our hourly team members here, because they're the ones, You think about it, it's all the Midway team members that are taking care of the passengers every day, and what we call creating a great taste of place, because what we're trying to do is create that authentic Chicago experience here every day, and it's those team members that do the work. And I was speaking to one of our managers today, Adele, who's worked here for 30 years, started off as a cashier, who's now our manager working for us. Because that's another one of the things we're really focusing on, is how do you take that hourly team member, get them up through the ranks and get in a management position, which we're really passionful at SSP America. And we don't do this alone. You know, we've all talked about it today. We're very fortunate to have great ACDB partners here from Chicago, as well as joint venture partners. And what really inspires us and our team is all of our ACDB partners. You know what? They're inspiration for the city of Chicago, this airport, as well as our team members. Inspires us all today to continue to do the right thing and just take this program to the next level. And again, thank you to all of them. It's been a great success so far, and more to come. And then the Orange Line restaurant, just fantastic. You know, contemporary vibe. If you see the menu, a lot of great Chicago favorites, which is great. And just get more and more excited as we continue to open new restaurants here. And then lastly, you know what? Off to the ribbon cutting, and I just want to thank again all of our team members here, our local partners, as well as the city for really creating a great world-class experience here. So thank you very much.